Foil packet meals are one of the easiest dinners you can cook right over the campfire. I'm sharing my 6 favorite foil packet dinners that both kids and adults love. They let you eat a healthy home-cooked meal that cooks right over the campfire, and they require almost no cleanup. Now, cooking over the campfire in aluminum packets can go terribly wrong, but I'm here to share with you a few small tips that if you use these will make your foil packets turn out perfect and taste delicious.
Foil pack meals can be cooked in so many different ways. You can pull some of the coals to the side of the fire and cook them directly on top of those coals, or wait for the fire to die down to use those coals. You can also cook them on a grate elevated over a small campfire or hot coals. This is my preferred method because I find it gives a little more even cook with less chance of burning. Of course, foil packs can also be grilled or even cooked in the oven. 375 degrees works well for these recipes. Campfires do not evenly cook food, so when you're cooking over the campfire, you want to make sure to rotate your foil packs and also flip them halfway through. This will just help prevent burning and get an even cook on your food.
It's important to use heavy-duty aluminum foil for these recipes. First, it helps to prevent burning in the hot temperatures of a campfire, but it also seems to prevent some of the smoky campfire taste from getting into your food. You'll also want to make sure to use 2 layers of aluminum foil. 2 layers will help keep the steam inside, and it will prevent burning as well.
Don't forget to spray the inside of the packets with cooking spray to prevent sticking. If you're worried about small amounts of aluminum leaching into food, which can happen when you're cooking over high temperatures, you can add a layer of unbleached parchment paper as the first packet layer. Just be sure that all the paper is wrapped up inside the foil. If any is sticking out, it will catch on the fire and burn down into your food. Also, when cooking at high temperatures, parchment paper can ignite even inside the aluminum foil, so I recommend cooking over a grate if you do want to use parchment paper. One quick thing to note, parchment paper kind of keeps the moisture in really well, so your food won't crisp up very well because there's going to be a lot more liquid inside. One final tip, campfire temperatures can vary greatly, so although I give recommended cook times for each of these recipes, just check your food because yours might be very different. All right, let's get cooking. These 6 foil packet recipes are my family's favorite, and I saved my personal favorite for last. All these recipes are linked in the description. I hope you love them. Let's start with what feels like the classic hobo dinner foil packet meal. We're going to start by dicing and pre-boiling potatoes for about 4 to 5 minutes. I always do this before my trip. Then we're going to dice onions and carrots and cover those along with the potatoes in oil along with seasoning. I like to use a blend of salt, pepper, garlic powder, and rosemary. Season 1 pound of ground beef. I like to bring a packet of onion soup mix for this for camping because it makes it so easy. Then we're going to assemble the foil packets. We'll layer in all of the vegetables on the bottom and then form a patty to put on top. Seal it up well with 2 layers of aluminum foil and cook over the campfire for about 10 minutes per side. Near the end of the cooking time, we're going to unwrap it and add some cheese on top and then just lightly close the packet back up. Don't flip over the packet at this point because the cheese will get all stuck on the top and become a mess. You'll really only need to set it over the campfire for about a minute more to melt that cheese, add your toppings, and then eat those cheeseburgers right out of the packet. Chicken, broccoli, and rice packs are most of my kids' favorite aluminum foil dinner. Season diced chicken breasts with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. We'll put together these packets by laying out a sheet of aluminum foil and then adding sliced onion and pepper with a little bit of olive oil on top. Add about a half a cup of pre-cooked rice and then layer the raw chicken breast on top of that. Top with some condensed cream of chicken soup and then some raw pieces of broccoli florets on top of that. Close up the foil packet with 2 layers of aluminum foil. Cook for about 10 minutes per side until the chicken breast is cooked all the way through. Add some Parmesan cheese and dig in. We're sticking with this same protein for this next recipe, chicken caprese packets. But this time we're going to use chicken thighs instead of chicken breast. I personally prefer using chicken thighs in foil packs because they tend to stay juicy even if they're a little overcooked, which can definitely happen when you're cooking over the campfire. Layer diced zucchini and onion on the bottom and top with a little bit of pesto, homemade or store-bought. Top with a chicken thigh that's been seasoned with salt and pepper and then layer on a little bit more pesto. We're going to alternate tomatoes and mozzarella on top of that chicken breast and then close up the packet, cooking for about 15 minutes per side. You can top with fresh basil, more pesto, or just eat it right out of the pack as is. Steak and potato foil packets are a classic campfire dinner, but it is tricky to get the steak and the potatoes to cook correctly. The trick is to boil your potatoes ahead of time for about 6 to 8 minutes. I do this before my trip, I let them cool, and then I pack them in a container so then I can put them right in my tinfoil packet when I'm ready to make them. Whip up a quick marinade of olive oil, garlic, thyme, oregano, basil, salt, and pepper, or just buy a pre-made marinade, and add it to the steak along with your potatoes, peppers, and onion. Place the ingredients on a sheet of aluminum foil and top with a couple pieces of butter right on top of the steak. Close up the packets and double wrap them in aluminum foil. Cook the packets for about 7 minutes per side. I prefer to cook these on a grate over the campfire so the steak doesn't get too well done, but you can also cook them in campfire coals too. Just watch your timing. Top with a little bit of fresh parsley and you should have the perfect steak and potato dinner. Sausage and pierogi packs are great because they take the guesswork out of cooking over the campfire in tinfoil packets. They use pre-cooked sausage, which means you don't have to worry about overcooked or undercooked meat in this recipe. We're going to dice up red onion, red pepper, and the sausage. You can do this before your trip or on the day of. And then we'll make a simple cream sauce. Now you can substitute a jar of Alfredo sauce to make this easier and it still tastes about the same, but to make the sauce, all you'll need is 4 ounces of cream cheese, a half a cup of chicken broth, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and 1/4 teaspoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. Lay out 2 sheets of heavy-duty aluminum foil and add the peppers, onions, sausage, and 3 pierogis to the inside of each pack. Top with a little bit of the cream sauce and fold up those packs using both sheets of tinfoil. Cook for 20 to 25 minutes in campfire coals or raised on a grate over a fire, and then top with chives or green onions, and bacon and cheese are also really good on top too. And finally, my favorite campfire foil packet dinner, Mediterranean chicken and vegetables. This recipe is healthy and so good. We'll start by mixing up a quick marinade of olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, thyme, oregano, salt, and pepper, or grab a garlic and herb pre-made marinade from the store. Like I said before, I prefer using chicken thighs in foil packets. Marinate for about 15 minutes or upwards of 3 hours. Don't put it in for any longer because of the lemon juice inside this marinade. Add the veggies to the packet. We've got onions, peppers, zucchini, and tomatoes here. Cover with a little marinade and then add your chicken on top. Seal up those foil packets with 2 layers of aluminum foil. Cook for about 20 to 25 minutes, rotating and flipping throughout the cook time. And once that chicken is cooked through, you're going to top with feta, parsley, and Kalamata olives.
Let me know if you try out any of these meals on your next camping trip, and then check out these other recipes that you can cook right over the campfire.